warm up for the yoga sequence for improvement in bone density. So let's take a nice stretch up and lean over to the right and lean to the left and lean to the right and to the left. This time come to center, take your right hand, wrap it around your left wrist and draw that arm over with you. And come to center and switch. Draw your arm over, little extra stretch. This time let your fingertips come to the floor and the left arm comes way over. At the same time, press your buttock, the left buttock down to the mat. Look slightly up, maybe the right elbow bends, and then just cartwheel to the other side. And bring that arm over. Press the right buttock down, look toward the ceiling, just slightly. One more time, over to the right, and over to the left. So that's the lateral rotation of the spine. And then come back to center, arms to cactus arms. Take an inhale to the right, and an exhale to the left, the rotational flexibility of the spine. Inhale right and exhale left. And back to center. Bring your hands onto your knees. Lean way back onto your spine. Tuck your chin in. Bring your hands forward and flex your wrists so your palms are going to press into the wall in front of you. And then make a fist. Bring your elbows to your sides and your heart to the ceiling. And again, lean back onto your tailbone, press your palms forward, elbows to your sides, heart to the ceiling. And let's make a continuous motion out of this, so it's a version of cat-cow, arching and rounding the back. And just nice and slow. Remember your breath. Inhale as you arch and exhale as you fold and round back. Let's do that one more time. And back. And then just come to center and take a breath. Upper body warmed up. And then we will begin. So the first pose is called supine hand to foot, 1 and 2. Sounds fancy, but it's easy. Come down onto your back. We've done this before. Take a strap. Now the pose is not, the full expression of the pose is not done with the strap, but you are totally welcome to use the strap. And honestly, you'll get the very, very same benefits. So bring your right knee into your chest. Extend your legs straight up to the ceiling. Bring your hand up and see if you can reach your ankle. And if you can't, then bring the strap around the bottom of your foot and hold on to the strap with your right hand. Maybe you can reach up if you're not using the strap and grab your big toe with your thumb and forefinger, and you're going to flex the ankle and you're going to draw the leg in closer to your upper body. So whether you're using the strap or your hand, just hold that pose. So it's suggested that each pose be held for 30 seconds, and I think that we won't do it for 30 seconds in this video because that's probably something to work up to. And then let that leg drop down to the right, toward the floor. So this is called supine hand to foot 2. 1 and 2. Flex the ankle. Let the foot just rest above the ground, hovering. And then see if you can draw it up a tiny bit closer, toes to shoulder. And hold. Release and bring that leg back up to vertical. Flex the ankle, bring the leg in a little bit closer to your upper body. And then bend your knee in, release the strap or your hand, and just stretch that leg out. Bring the left knee in, strap or hand, reach up if you're using your hand for your toe or ankle. Flex your foot, draw the leg in a little bit closer. And then let that leg fall down toward the floor on the left. Keep pressing the heel away and drawing the toes back toward your waist. And then as that foot is hovering, draw the toes up towards your shoulder a little bit closer. Hold and breathe. And bring the leg back to vertical. Draw it in a little bit closer to your upper body. Press the heel to the ceiling. Bend your knee, stretch your leg out, put the strap aside. Take a breath. The next pose is bridge, so bend your knees, bring your heels back close to your buttocks. Bend your elbows, fingertips pointing up to the ceiling. You're going to press into the bottom of your feet and your arm from elbow to shoulder, so there's not so much weight on the back of your head. All your weight is in your feet and arms. Take a breath. Press and lift your hips up to the ceiling. Squeeze your buttocks so that tailbone comes a little higher, and let your chest round back to your chin. Your knees are pressing down to the edge of your mat. And hold and breathe. And slowly lower down. Stretch your legs out, roll onto your belly for locust pose. And this is, we call it, in our class we call it boat. Bring your forehead to the mat, arms out in airplane arms at your sides, palms down. You're going to take a breath, and on the exhale, lift your head and shoulders and your arms. And now you have the option of pressing the pubic bone down and lifting your legs. You can do just upper body, or you can do both. So tuck your chin in so you're looking straight down at the mat, point your toes. Press your fingers down towards your heels and take nice deep breaths here. This is for the back, of course, strengthening the middle and lower back. And lower down. Take a breath. Bring your hands under your shoulders and push back the table. Bring your knees together and just drop your right hip to the mat. Seated pose. Come into staff position, sitting nice and straight, legs pressed forward. bend your right knee and bring that foot to the outside of your left leg. Now, this can be done with a straight leg or with a bent leg. So let's try it with the bent leg. Lean over onto your left hip, fold that left leg in. If you feel too much sensation or both buttocks cannot come to the mat, then just stretch that leg out, stretch the left leg out. You're going to turn toward the raised knee. So we're turning to the right. You're going to take your left arm and hug that knee into your chest. Right fingertips come behind you to the base of your spine. Press down and twist to the right on the exhale. Inhale, press down and rise up. Exhale, twist. And one more time, keep drawing that knee into your chest. Press down and rise up. Exhale, twist. Hold and breathe. And release. Come to center. Switch sides so the left knee bends, comes to the outside of the right leg. You lean onto your right hip. Maybe fold the leg in, maybe keep it straight. Now take your right arm and wrap it around that knee. Draw the knee in. Another position you could try is your elbow comes to the outside of the knee. You take your left fingertips to the base of your spine. Press down, rise up on the inhale. Exhale, twist to the left. Keep hugging that knee in. Draw it close into your chest. So you might even feel this in the buttock muscles. Press down and rise up. Exhale, twist, and hold. And release. Come back to center, fold your legs, roll over, and let's come to standing, and we'll do some tree pose. So just check that you're in mountain pose. Stand tall, drop your shoulders, tuck your tailbone under, and now picture all your weight in your left leg. And you're going to reach down for your right foot, draw that foot up. It can come to your calf, it can come to your thigh, not to the inside of your knee. Because you're going to press that foot into the muscle and you're going to press back with the muscle, pushing together. Bring your hands into prayer position. They can stay there. Or they can open up into tree arms. Whatever works for you. Breathe. Tailbone is tucked under. Knee is moved out to the side. And you're pressing back with that muscle. Honestly, I was not drinking this morning. And slowly step down. Take a breath. Now picture all your weight in your right leg. Reach down for the left foot. Bring it up to calf or thigh. Bring your hands into prayer first. Make sure your shoulders are dropped down and back. Your tailbone is tucked under. Your knee is out to the side. And then you can open up into tree arms. You can sway around a little with those arms like the branches of a tree. Breathe. Find your focal point right in front. Something at eye level. And just let your body make all the adjustments to balance you. And lower down. Take a breath, inhale up. Exhale through your mouth. Come to the top of your mat. You're going to need a block. So just fold forward, put the block on the outside of your left foot. Slowly come up to mountain pose. Tuck your tailbone. Take a step back with your right foot. Open your arms to shoulder height and turn to the right for side warrior or warrior two. Check that your shoulders are over your hips. Sink down into your knee. Your knee comes right over your ankle. And then just think about rotating that thigh out to the left. Little external rotation. And then turn and look over your front fingertips. There's weight on the outside of your back foot. Sink down, tuck your tailbone under, and just hold and breathe. Picture yourself between two panes of glass, so everything is tucked in. Even the belly is pulled back to the spine. Breathe. So when I was in India, we went to a martial arts demonstration in this little tiny town, in this little tiny arena, and they did all the warrior poses as part of their martial arts demonstration. It's interesting. And then coming into triangle, we're going to straighten the front leg, dip your left hip down, the right hip sticks out, and you're going to follow your fingertips out, keeping the length, and then drop your hand to your block, any height on your block. Open your chest to the side wall. Reach your right arm up and picture a straight line from wrist to wrist. Turn slightly toward the ceiling with your chest and your gaze. Reach up, breathe. And then bring your hand to the mat. Now, this is the one we haven't done before. So you're going to take the block and you're going to bring it to the inside of your left foot. You're going to bring your right hand onto the block. You're going to start to turn your chest to the left wall, and you're going to lift your left arm. So it's reverse triangle. I think in the New York Times article they called it twisted triangle. Breathe. And then bring that hand to the mat. Move your block out to the right and bring your right foot forward to meet the left. Come all the way up to mountain pose. Take a breath. Step back with your left foot. Let it land at an angle. Bring your arms to shoulder height. Turn to the left. Knee comes over ankle, shoulders over hips. Just make sure your shoulders are right over your hips. Think about moving the right knee out to the right. Turn and look over your front fingers. Breathe. Sink into that right knee. Straighten your leg. Triangle pose. Dip the right hip down, left hip sticks out. Reach forward with your fingers and then down to your block. Open your chest to the side. Reach up. Left hand comes down to the mat, and your block comes to the inside of your right foot. Left hand comes onto the block. You begin to turn your chest to the side wall and lift your right arm up. And don't forget, you can always change the angle of that back foot. If it needs to turn forward a little bit more, it's fine, perfectly fine. Bring your hand to the floor. Take the block on the outside of your right foot again. Right hand onto the block. You're going to bend into that right knee. You're going to drop your hips so they come in line. They're not sticking up. right in line between your shoulders and your ankle. Put your weight onto your right hand, turn your chest, lift your left arm, side angle pose. So just picture a straight line from your ankle right up to your shoulder. Breathe. And again, your knee is over your ankle. If it's coming over your toes, just need to make your stance a little bit wider. And then bring your hand to the mat. And we're just going to do that on the other side. So we're going to switch legs. Left leg comes up, right leg goes back, block switches to the outside of the left foot. Don't forget that your right foot is on a little bit of an angle. Put your weight into your left hand on the block. Begin to lift your right arm and open your chest to the side wall. And this pose can also be done with your arm over your ear. So let's just drop the right arm down and then let it come up over your ear on a diagonal. And now you're picturing a straight line from your fingertips right down to your ankle. Nice straight line, hips are right in line with that. Breathe. Knees over ankle. And then bring your hand to the floor, turn your right foot forward, push off, bring it up to meet the left, and slowly up to mountain pose. And that's the poses. Thank you, Ava.